Meme coins are absolutely popping off yet again, and it seems to be the season for it, or at least the starting phases of it, as apparently one crypto trader turned $3,000 into $46 million in 1 month as 𝗕𝗘𝗪 price soars. The savvy crypto trader is up 15,000-fold on its initial $3,000 𝗕𝗘𝗪 investment in just 1 month. Now, this happens pretty often on the internet, that people are writing articles with, I don't know, 6 or 7 brain cells, or it's AI, not really sure, but this guy should be jailed because it's obviously not a month, it's a year and a month. But this is basically a 𝗕𝗘𝗪 insider, and there comes the kicker. Even though meme coins can be extremely profitable, it is mostly profitable if you're in early, because just look at the numbers, right? 3,000 to 46 mil, it's just absolutely crazy, and he's already sold millions of dollars worth. But what I think I find even crazier is how much this happens every single day in the crypto space. And you can love or hate meme coins, but one thing we have to come to terms with is that it's right now one of the most trendy sectors in crypto, and for the right reason. I mean, it's very easy for people to get into, and it's purely based on hype. Not too much fundamentals, not too much picking a side, except for just whatever you like and think is most fun and has a good community. And ever since the GME situation started to pop off, we're starting to see a lot more excitement in this meme space, especially obviously with GameStop GME doing some massive numbers. And again, I think it's because GME right now is just so absolutely hot. GameStop stock trading halted a 5th time yesterday after surging 110%. And short sellers had already lost $1 billion. But right now, since Bitcoin is crossing actually $65,000 again, people are starting to bring their attention again onto yet another altcoin rally, with Solana being up roughly 8% throughout the day, and some other altcoins doing some pretty juicy numbers, like for example, one of these meme coins, and some AI coins, and just a lot of coins all across the board. I've had a lot of people ask me, as a non-financial advice, purely on a friendly basis, of what's smart to get into right now. And my personal thoughts are that there's not one single narrative that's exceedingly strong as of this point. I mean, you've got yourself your AI deep in and your gaming narratives, which are generally speaking quite strong and are some of the best gainers around, besides your RWAs, so those 3 sectors. But it's not as clear of a line as it was a few months ago. Yet, if I had to speculate, I'd probably go for some AI coins, because I think the sector will still 10x over the next, let's call it, year. Again, to back up my claims, just for fun, take some time to look at all the articles around OpenAI, ChatGPT, and things of the sort, and you realize just how much the progress is that they are making. And I'm personally speculating a lot of that will transfer over into crypto. Again, I cannot make any guarantees. I'm not your financial advisor, but I think it's not a very crazy thought. And again, because the AI cryptocurrency space is still relatively small, again, a number that you can see right here, $39 billion. Yes, it's high for, you know, if you have to count it up, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of seconds if you count each one of them. But for an entire sector, 38 billion, if we're looking at the idea that OpenAI is trying to raise what, 6-7 trillion for a new thing, or at least Sam Altman is, it's really almost nothing. It's like peanuts in comparison to how big AI, big data, and perhaps deep in, I can kind of latch them all together, is, as just NVIDIA, right? Just one company is like is just crazy multiples of this. I'm not even sure how big NVIDIA is right now, but let's just say it's 2.36 trillion. Right, so we're comparing 38 billion with 2.4 trillion for an entire sector and NVIDIA, one company. Anyway, so I believe this sector has some massive growth potential, and a 10x will place it at 380 billion. Again, we're still comparing that to the market cap besides or behind the decimal here for NVIDIA. That still leaves NVIDIA on its own with $2 trillion in market cap more than the entire big data AI crypto sector. I don't think that is too wild to say. Now, in a similar fashion, you could actually bring up a counter argument for memes where $50 billion in this sector is a lot if it's just jokes. But the reason I'm bringing up that it could actually do well in the near future here is because usually memes do really well in the beginning or end of a crypto cycle because they bring people in. In the middle of a cycle, they usually kind of fall off because people are not as much focused on the quick money grabs and the stupid things, but they diversify into potentially good altcoins. Again, not the majority of people, but I'm talking about a lot of people, they don't go for the just random name type of altcoins anymore after they've been in crypto for a while, but we're not fully there. I think now because of GME and that situation, perhaps it's going to bring a lot of new people into this quick money type of idea, which is ultimately quite true. Again, just compare fees, for example. This, right, I'll tell you, is a very outdated number. This is from like a few days ago. Right now, pump.fund, which is where a lot of meme coins are being created, I think has more revenue or more basically spent in fees, more profit, let's just call it, in 24 hours than Solana. And that is absolutely wild to consider. And that kind of brings in the argument of memes we shouldn't see as just jokes and giggles, haha, just for fun. We should see it as two other things. One is a leading gateway for new people into crypto. And second of all is, as far as I consider it, the entertainment industry. Most of these things have really tight communities around them. People write books about it, are in it with a couple dollars and a dream. And so it has two sides. One is that dreamy type of sector, and the other, like it just established, I think, is the entertainment sector, because people spend a lot of time on it, spend a lot of time in it, and some of those valuations are also incredibly stupid. And then I'd say the last sector, if I had to pick one, again, this is slightly ahead of the game here, slightly ahead of the curve, is going to be, if I can find it here, real world assets. I think this is the biggest risk I could take right now. And that is by going for these real world assets very much before they're actually popping off. And what I mean with that is right now, yes, a lot of these are doing well. Sure, you can see some of the numbers here are good. But right now we are not at all in the crazy rush for real world assets just quite yet. And the speculation is here that that is going to come over the next few months. Again, a bull market lasts a pretty good while, and every time the sector that pops up the most is quite unknown until it hits. And one of our speculatory points is that it might be real world assets, and there are many coins in this field that are really awesome. But I've also stated right now, as Ethereum ETFs are potentially rolling out and a lot of institutional investors are joining the game, I think many of these will open funds that are going to be based in crypto regarding real world assets. But second of all, they're going to be launching projects that we are going to consider to be real world asset cryptocurrencies. So if we give it a little bit of time, there will probably be some new big hitters in the RWA space that will absolutely blow a lot of other, now major coins out of the water, which is why I am a little bit more hesitant when I say how much this space is going to grow. Theoretically speaking, depending on how much is tokenized and how the values in terms of market caps are going to work, these numbers can be nearly unlimited for the real world asset space, which is why I'm being a lot more skeptical here talking about these numbers. But I do believe that from a longer term perspective, a lot of the numbers that we're seeing right now are rookie numbers. And so I'm still, for sure excited about it, and for sure see a very bright future for the entire sector. Again, I think all three of these will still 10x at a minimum. I think AI personally will probably be at a 50x at, again, kind of like a low ball over a few years. The real world asset space I think will do even better numbers than that, and I think memes will just keep doing well. But more importantly, the sector might not be a 1000x sector anymore, but there will be so many different coins that pop up here and there that just blow your mind because of nothing. And that's the key difference. A lot of these coins, these altcoins, they have a clear path in them, or sometimes just get like found at a random spot, but usually there's some knowledge or thought behind it. With memes, sometimes it really is just you had 20 bucks in it and all of a sudden it's worth 50,000 a couple weeks later because of really no reason. And I think that's what lures a lot of people in, that potential of a crazy payday. And that's honestly also why I'm in it so significantly, because it's just fun. Usually it's very little money to play around with very high potential. Yes, you'll fail a lot of times, but I'm going to be honest with you. If I think about how much time I've spent, how many times I've failed, but also how much I've won, it's definitely been worth it for me. And I think it could be worth it for nearly anybody because it's so independent off of all the other sentiment. Most altcoins, if we're, memes aside, they kind of did bad the last couple of weeks, right? But coins like 𝗵𝗵𝗄 just breached their all-time high, which shows they usually are, besides traditional markets, you can still make a ton of good trades regardless of what Bitcoin is doing. yeah, I'll tell you, keep that in the back of your mind. But also, if you're looking for a new crypto exchange, I personally use Bybit, and I've left a link down below so you guys can check it out, because you can get upwards of $30,000 in deposit bonuses if you're eligible. If not, you know, if you don't want to deposit anything, at least you're going to get yourself some fee discounts for using the link down below. And our team will have some trading competitions here and there. Specifically, I think next month we're going to be doing a pretty juicy trading competition to see which one of you guys are the best. And sometimes we also do some cool crypto giveaways only for the people who are in our team. So make sure you join with the link down below. And that's about it for this video.